Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is March 20th, 2022. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you like these videos, like and subscribe below. I appreciate that. And just so y'all know, I do make other videos. Stocks to watch is just one of them. I started a longer term ETF based video series called The Long View. If you haven't seen it yet, I think you guys may like that. Also, I do State of the Market, which kind of goes up, determines health of the market. All right, so looking at the S&P, we had this potential head and shoulders top that was forming. I mean, not out of the woods yet, right? But very constructive. Let me throw on a 50-day moving average too, and the 200 just to have everything. So you see price came up to the 200-day and it kind of got extended. I would expect this to turn over. And then what it does with these moving averages right here, we'll be interested. Does it hold this 43.75-ish area, or 43.50, somewhere around there? Or does it not, right? That's the question. Again, got extended, so we could expect maybe a pullback, especially in the early part of the week, potentially. Have the 200-day just overhead, have this band of potential resistance overhead. Again, we have the bigger topping looking pattern, so just be careful of that, okay? What do we have today? We have 28 names, so we're going to go quickly, and then I'm going to go over last week's top. I had 6 actually in the top 5, and then and this week's top 5. So lots to do. Let's get going. I'm going to go quick, so have your pen and paper ready. Write down the trades, make them your own. These are just examples of what may look good this week. Okay, ENPH is the first one. Right back into this area. Love that it's kind of trending. You have the 50-day curling up above the VWAP from this gap, above the 200-day. Looks really, really good. Again, maybe got a little extended, maybe a little pullback, and then maybe the 200-day gives it support. We'll see. PLUG, Plug Power. I noticed Clean Energy was kind of strong this week. And so Plug Power is another one that looks pretty good. Seems like things are starting to look up for it. Still under the 200-day, but again, I do like this area right here. OXY, some old school energy names. Warren Buffett, Uncle Warren bought this one, and now is making a flag. If it could break out above this area, right? We'll call it 59. Above 59, I think this one looks really, really good. May need to go sideways or pull back a little bit more just to close this gap. It's still a little bit extended. MUR. Again, nice uptrend. Nothing wrong to see here. Maybe got a little extended. So look for a pullback, maybe close the gap, and then potential move higher. COP. Another oil name that's creating a sort of flag. Hasn't done anything wrong yet, just letting moving averages catch up. So that one looks good. Semiconductor name, On Semiconductors, one I've watched for a while. You can almost see a downtrend line right here. So yeah, break that downtrend, which would also break this area right here, right? So that's kind of, yeah, break of this right there. And I think it's good. Again, I like the cross. It's above all its moving averages. Again, may need to go sideways a little bit before that happens. We'll see. MP. This is a minerals company, rare earth minerals. Again, it's kind of, this overhead supply area has always been an issue for it, but it's starting to look constructive again. Nice day on Friday. Back in a range, but above $50 or so. I think this one looks pretty good. And you could potentially play to the $50 range too. That's a possibility. Next up is CHPT, Charge Point. All right, so again, a lot of these names have been beaten up, right? Top to bottom. Let's just see what this is, top to bottom. Down 77%, and now it looks like it's trying to make a bottom, right? I do like the way this looks. this was a potential area of resistance. It broke out. Again, it's extended, may need to come back, retest, and then move higher. We'll see. But I do like how it's above these short and intermediate term moving averages, and they're starting to curl around a little bit. So that's kind of nice to see. PE, Bloom Energy, same thing. If you look top to bottom, it was a 72% drawdown, and now we're starting to do bottoming type action. We price got back above moving averages, the main ones above the VWAP from this gap, and things are starting to look up, kind of V-ish bottom, a little bit loose in here, so may need to tighten up before it to break out. But I do like how the 50-day now is flat to curling up, and everything else is kind of moving in the right direction. Next up is Nova Solar Company. Again, not a lot of alternative energy names this week. Tried to break down here. Couldn't, came back hard right there. 20% move in one day after earnings, and it's been pretty up from there. So there's your nice little earnings gap. Not even gap, it went down, then went back up, and it's been riding the VWAP since, right? Very nice, which is right around the 9-day EMA, which is the orange line. Looks really good. And now it's trying to consolidate right over here. Looks, again, this one looks really nice. Nova. Next up is going to be SSRM, going to some gold miners. They ran real hard, and now they've kind of consolidated. So SSRM, this looks like an important area, and it's trying to consolidate through here and break out. So that one, got Newmont. This giant, blow off type action. There's your topping looking candle. There's another one, and it's come back in, and now this area is held. I like how it's kind of, again, it did hold, and now it's starting to make a move higher from here. Makes sense, kind of cup and high handle-ish type action. And maybe that's a downtrend line, maybe not, we'll see. That's Newmont, wheat and precious metals. This one hasn't really broken out yet, but this is the important area. It looks like you do have a nice bullish cross right there, and things look to be looking up for this particular name. Good accumulation in there. BTU, again, very similar to I guess it was SSRM, where it kind of blew off a little bit, came back, retested, held, and now it's trying to move higher. On this comeback, I can tell you that this was probably like this, right? Much lower volume on the comeback, which is kind of nice. Yeah, so far so good, right? As long as this area holds, you could use this low if you want to. You could use this low. You use the rising 23-day EMA, whatever you want. CLF. Gigantic move higher, came back, kind of retested, moved higher again, great accumulation. Again, maybe it's extended, maybe it needs to consolidate a little bit more. This was an inside day on Friday. So we'll say which way that breaks. Deere. This is John Deere, or Deere and Company, or whatever. Breakout right over here, big move, a little follow through going on there, good increase in volume, dividend coming up. But again, nice action, nice place to manage risk against. Is it extended? Sure, it's extended. I get it. But if it pulls back early next week, then I think that could be a nice risk reward area right there. Again, DE. MOS. And MOS looks a lot like NTR, and which looks a lot like CF. Right? They all had a nice move. Now we're kind of flagging out. Whichever way this flag breaks, in all three of them, that would be the way to go. So definitely look at those three in the fertilizer space. DAR, Darling Ingredients. Again, had a double bottom look, broke out, came back, retested. So far, it's held the retest. So as far as risk reward, that's what you want to see. If the retest fails, if it comes back and fails again, that'd be reason to cut the position, right? But I do like how it's above all moving averages. There's your 200-day right there. It's flat. but price is above it, so that's positive. Moving on to some technology names. Sorry, lost my train of thought there. Technology names. I haven't been able to put a lot of these in here recently, but here's some that are looking good. Here's Palo Alto Networks. Had a big move up, came back, held the 50-day, and now it's moving higher. Good accumulation on that one. AKAM, AKAM. Anyway, this is the area that looks important. Is it extended? Absolutely. But look how all these moving averages now are changing their tone. I like the way this looks. Let it pull back, maybe even all the way to the 200-day, or this rising, 9-day EMA. Let these all kind of crawling back up, and then watch for that breakout. JNPR, Juniper. Haven't looked at this one in a while before today, but it's an uptrend, and it's trying to break out again. Love all this type of action right here. Looks really good. Again, may need a pullback, maybe a little bit extended. Be patient. FTNT, again, all above all of its moving averages. Love the curling upwards. That's really nice to see. Like how they're all bunched up. Again, might be extended, so wait for that pullback. Maybe 306, 307-ish, and then potentially move higher. That was FTNT. Tenable. Here's Tenable. Here's all-time highs over here. Kind of came back, and now it has, it's not a VCP, but it's this choppy action is churning supply before the breakout. So we'll see what happens here. Really big volume bar on Friday, quad glitching, but look, no accumulation, no distribution, accumulation. Looks good. Tenable, TENB, QLYS, QLYS. Yeah, so this is again all-time highs. Love this look. Broke the downtrend line. Looks like it wants to move higher. There you go. LDOS. Let's look at this move right here. This is the important one. Moved off the bottom really hard. Went up 35, almost 35%, came back, held this area, is now moving back higher again. Great accumulation on the pullback, into the dividend. There was no distribution at all to talk of, and now it's trying to move higher again. So LDOS looks really good. Leidos. And last one is going to be SI, Silvergate Capital. I like the way this kind of bottomed, and now it's trying to move higher. And we're starting to see the curl in the moving averages above the 200-day, which was flat. So overall, that looks pretty good too. So there you go. There was 28 names or so. Some of them are very extended. Be very careful with those, right? Don't just jump in. And if names are too extended like this, but you like sectors, check out my long view video that I made. I posted this morning. That goes over ETFs that will house, these names, and lets you kind of get involved with maybe a little bit less risk. Okay. Top 5 from last week. I had Oxy on that list, and it kind of, it did fine. 2-4, went up for the week, but still in a range. PTEN. This one 5 was down a little bit for the week. MATX was on my list last week. Nice move higher on this one. 2, 4, 5. Go, yeah, nice. 110 to 120. What else was on it? Newmont was on that list last week. This one pulled back a little bit more, right into the prior resistance. BTU. This one moved higher. It was nice to see there. NCLF. A nice move higher, right? Very nice move higher. So there you go. Those were my tops from last week. Pretty good so far. This week's I have 5, and let's go. Actually, I'm gonna make it 6. There's one more that I liked. I'm gonna add it right to the bottom right now. Top 6. All right, let's go. I'm keeping Oxy on here. Oxy is doing nothing wrong, holding up really nice. Love the way that looks. On semiconductors, you know, if it breaks this area right there, I think this one could be off to the races. So I love that one. OXY, I'm sorry, ON. Newmont still on there too. Again, it's doing everything right. My same reasons why I liked it last week. I like it again this week, right? As long as it holds this area, I think it's a good risk reward. LDOS, a strong move, strong look to it. May need a little bit of consolidation, maybe not, but again, looks really good. Again, may need a little consolidation, but that's LDOS, LDOS, Silvergate Capital. Love the way this is all shaping up over here. I think that they are one of the leaders. So if crypto starts to really get its footing on it, this one's going to be really good. SI. The last one is going to be Nova, solar company. Love the way this looks. Again, it is under the 200-day, which I tend not to buy, but love this accumulation. Love the look off the bottom and the earnings. And it looks like people want to be involved in this name. So I think it's a pretty good looking name right here. Yeah, can I get back to all-time highs? Maybe that'd be a double, right? That'd be what, 100%? 87%. Pretty good. All right, well, there you got it. Stocks to watch. A bunch of names. My top 6 for this week. I did pretty good for last week. I hope you all like this. Let me know down below which ones you did like, which ones you didn't like, and what I missed, right? Appreciate that. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Y'all have a great day.